2017 Mercedes C63, 87 and a 65. Time is currently 9:42 p.m. Hello everyone. If you've broken the law, I'm here to help you get out of a ticket. The first thing you want to do when the officer walks up to your car is turn off your engines and roll down your windows halfway. Second thing to keep in mind, if you have not turned on your hazards by now is a good time too. You're going to place your keys on the dashboard, and if you have heavy tint, roll down your rear windows. Over 5,000 officers are either injured or killed in routine traffic stops a year. This means that officers are going to view you as a potential danger or threat. They've never met you before. This makes it extremely important for you to make sure your hands are visible at all times and that you maintain eye contact with the officer. If you're wearing sunglasses or shades, remove them. This will make the connection more genuine. Anything that you remove from your body, place on the dashboard where the officer can see it. If you are carrying a firearm, which doesn't apply to many high schoolers, be sure you are very specific about where the firearm is and avoid using the word gun, as it can be viewed as a trigger word.
Officer, I have a license to carry. My firearm is on my right hip.
Usually the officer will make a remark such as, "If you don't touch yours, I won't touch mine," and you will carry on business like usual. If the officer views you as a potential threat though, he may ask you to step out of the car and pat you down to remove it. Next, the officer is going to ask for your license and registration. Be sure you are very specific about where you are reaching, and make sure you get permission before you actually reach for the item.
Officer, I'm reaching into my back pocket to get my wallet.
You have permission. It is important that your actions are smooth and quick. Do not go too slow or too fast, as this can scare the officer.
Officer, I'm reaching into my glove box to get my registration and insurance.
You have permission. If you have a firearm, this is especially important. Be careful with your use of small talk when talking to an officer. Small talk can help personalize the conversation and can get you out of a ticket, but anything you say can and will be used against you in court. You can ask an officer how his day is going, but do not reveal any personal information about your day without a lawyer present.
Officer, how's your day going?
My day is going well. Are you headed home from work?
I do not want to answer that question without a lawyer present.
Officers will a lot of times try to come off as cool or hip or willing to give you a warning in order to try and get you to admit guilt. Under no circumstances should you ever admit guilt. This car is pretty fast. I bet you get carried away in the speed sometimes.
I like the car.
Officers will also try to search you. Under no circumstances should you consent to a search. If an officer has a reasonable suspicion to search your car, he will do it without your consent. There's been a lot of drug use in the area. If you're not on anything, you wouldn't mind if I searched your car, would you?
I do not consent to a search.
Do not say anything substantive about your crime. Answer yes or no to questions, for the most part. If an officer asks you things such as, "How fast are you going?" or "Do you know what I pulled you over for?" the simple response should be no or "I don't know." That looks like an open container in the car.
It's just water.
It could be vodka. I'm going to need you to take a breathalyzer test.
I refuse.
Well, I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle. We're going to conduct a field sobriety test on you. When asked to step out of the vehicle, step out with both your hands over your head and do exactly as the officer says. All right, I'm going to need you to take a field sobriety test.
I refuse.
Well, I'm going to need to take you in for the night then. You're under arrest for refusing a sobriety test. Place your hands behind your back. When under arrest, do exactly as the officer says. Anything can be classified as resisting arrest. They are going to try and increase your charges. Do not fight back. Do not run. This will only lead to more trouble. Stop resisting! The officer will read his Miranda rights to you. If the Miranda rights are not read, it does not mean you are out of the ticket. All it means is that anything you say can't be used in court. When under arrest, it is best to remain silent without the lawyer. Your lawyer will thank you for that. Get in the car. If you follow these steps, you are going to be more likely to get out of a ticket and get out of arrest. Thank you for watching.